Here we go. We're going to move on to figuring out how the a, the h, and the k affect an absolute value function. The absolute value functions, the parent function is, if you were to give me, this is the parent function for this, y equals absolute value of x. But when we multiply the outside of this, how does that change it? Or if we subtract from the inside of x or add on the inside of x, how does that change it? And also the k, if you add something to the outside of this, how does that change it? So let's go to this graph right here that I have of the parent function. This is just like the other function. I got my y equals absolute value x, that's in red. You can't see that right now because my blue function, which is with the a, the h, and the k is all in here, but the 0, 0, 1 puts them right on top of each other. So let's see what this a does to it. How does this affect the function? So let's move it to the right. We're making it bigger. Oh, it gets skinnier. This is really similar to what happened with the parabola, right? And now we're at 1, and then we're left, oh, it gets compressed down. So this looks like a vertical stretch and a vertical compression, but less than 1. And then at 0, it's flat again. And let's see, check that out. When it goes to negatives, now we're talking it's flipped upside down. So whenever it's negative, it's flipped upside down. And there's a vertical compression as it gets bigger. So it looks like we have a similar concept for what a does. A does the following three things. If a is negative, it reflects over the x-axis. If a is greater than 1, actually it's the absolute value of 1, there's a vertical stretch. And if a is less than 1, there's a vertical compression. If a is between 0 and 1, there's a vertical compression. Okay. Let's check out to see what the other values do when we play around with them. Let's set a back up at 1. Just get close. Let's see what this h does. That's the next one, I hope. So we'll move it up. It's the same exact thing. Look at that. Moves it left and right. And if it's negative, it moves it right. And if it's positive, it moves it left. So we can go fill those in again. So the h right here, this seems to, if h is negative, it translates right. And if h is positive, it translates left. Okay. Well, I guess with this being the case, I'm guessing I know what the k is going to do. It's going to move up and down, right? And sure enough, it does. Look at that. Up and down, up and down. Positive, it's up. Negative, it's down. Let's fill that in. So if k is positive, it translates up. And if k is negative, it translates down. So I guess that's how you translate a absolute value function around. The a will stretch it vertically, and it will flip it over the upside down, or it could compress it as well. A vertical stretch or a vertical compression. The h will move it left and right. Left if it's positive, right if it's negative. And the k right here at the end, undo that. The k will move it up if it's positive and down if it is negative. In this next one, we are going to figure out what's going to happen to this function right here, the square root functions. And my gut instinct now is it's probably going to be really similar, right? Let's see what happens.